step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. And I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
And a very good morning as we welcome you on this Monday morning to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, the last day of July. Can you believe it? Get in there, sister.
Ow.
How are you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
Fantastic. Had a good weekend?
I did.
Excellent.
Had a good morning?
I had a good morning
An
so
early
far.
morning.
Absolutely. Throning all the way. But listen, we greet you this week. Of course, starting off with an update on the sporting action this past weekend. The Lions have secured their place in the final of Super Rugby. Congratulations to them indeed. Something to celebrate. On the other hand, cricket, other news. Day 4 looking dismal for the Proteas, but we'll tell you all about it a bit later.
And of course, as we wrap up Savings Month, we are talking about the importance of saving as we continue throughout the rest of the year. We've been doing so well so far, and we certainly hope that you've been doing the same. But stay tuned for that. Great tips that we're sharing this morning.
And if you're wondering what's trending online, we'll take a look at some of those videos and pictures and random things we find, including a story about cheating genii. People who just cheat on another level.
Wow.
Maybe they just, that's a word, actually.
I love it. And then I need for everybody to just stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing right now. Take a moment, because this young man, Craig Lucas, is in studio this morning. And I tell you, his voice is going to blow you away. I cannot wait. He already had us having the feels this morning during sound check, hey?
Absolutely.
So
looking forward to that live performance coming your way a bit later on. Right now, let's start off the day taking a look at the temperatures all around the country.
Morning team. Well, it seems like pleasantly warm temperatures are expected overall, with some partly cloudy to sunny conditions. Temperatures, however, expected to drop from tomorrow onwards, so enjoy the warmth today while you can. Let's take a look at some of those temperatures and the ranges for the day. Polokwane, your low 8 going up to 19 with some cloud cover expected. In Mbombela, likewise, ranging between 14 and 20. Pretoria, your low 8 going up to 20. Johannesburg, 7 and 18. Mahikeng, 9 your low going up to 21. Klerksdorp, 9 your low, 21 degrees your high as well. Kimberley, ranging between 11 and 23 degrees today. Bloem 4 and 21. Moving to Richards Bay, your low 16 going to a max of 21 degrees. Pietermaritzburg 10 and 23 your range for the day. Durban, your low 17 going up to a high of 22. And Tata ranging between 8 and 23 degrees today. East London, your low 17 going up to a max of 24 with some cloud cover there as well. Cradock, same conditions, but your temperatures 13 your low going up to 25. And Port Elizabeth, your low 16 going up to 24 degrees today. A lovely day in George, kicking off on 15 degrees, going up to 29 degrees. Sutherland, your low 6 degrees, going up to 19 with a northerly wind of around 30 kilometers an hour to be aware of. Cape Town ranging between 14 and 26 degrees. Worcester, your low 11, going up to 26 degrees as well. Springbok ranging between 9 and 25. And Uppington, a great start at 15 degrees, going up to a balmy 27 degrees. That's your weather for today. Now, moving into the traffic, let's get you set for a brand new week and a brand new Monday. Kicking off in Gauteng and Kempton Park, there's been an accident on the R21 southbound. That was after the Voortrekker Road exit, and you can expect delays building on that route. In Cape Town and Khayelitsha on the N2 inbound, traffic is now queuing between the R300 interchange and of the Borshed's Quarry Road exit. Please be super careful and safe out on the roads today. And stick around, lots more coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Mom, I fought a dragon. Of course there's a scratch.
It's time for us to take a look at what's happening on social media. Of course, you can see Kat looking out towards the future, because as we wrap up July, we wanted to know from you, what are you looking forward to in the next month? Garth saying, I will be looking forward to my studies and having fun with the fam. Tabang says, I'll be looking forward to the return of the EPL and passing my studies well. Tabang, we wish the same for you. Homolemo says, good morning, team, to buy new clothes for summer. Wow, Homolemo, are you there already? Wow. Lerato says, I will be celebrating my birthday on the 25th of August. That's amazing. And then Bera Berry Lee's Yankee says, good morning, looking forward to my new job. Yes, well, it looks that August is going to be a very, very exciting month. And keep us updated as to what you're looking forward to with the coming month.
So many contrasts in our sporting performances this weekend. Of course, fantastic Super Rugby action. We'll get into who's made it into that big final. The Lions doing us proud. And then we have to do it, I'm sorry. It's a bit of pill to swallow this morning, but we'll find out what the Proteas have been up to.
Already? Can we just stop?
I'm so sorry.
It hurts.
No, there's hope. I'm the eternal optimist.
And then we also continue our journey with the hashtag My Savings Pledge Challenge. Of course, we're trying to change South African saving mindset. And we're talking about the importance of saving your money. Stay tuned for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Very good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday morning. Let's find out what the stars have been getting up to post-weekend. Leanne, you look like the cat that got the cream.
Well,
are you happy about it?
I didn't get the cream, but Zoe Brown certainly did. Our Feel Good Breakfast Show would not be complete without our adorable Zoe Brown in studio. But we thought that we'd actually get caught up with what she's doing on her Turkish adventure. So taking to Instagram, our DIY princess shared photos of herself exploring Istanbul, taking in the impeccable sites like the Hagia Sophia and the Bosphorus as well. But in true Zoe style, she even made time for shopping, which is awesome. You know what that means, right? We're definitely getting gifts when she
Something's
comes back.
coming back.
Yes.
She's turned herself into like an Instagram blogger, the travel blogger, in the space of all of about 30 seconds.
It is
but absolutely love it, man.
so awesome. Well, another young celebrity on the adventure, on the whole adventurous front is K Naomi. She's actually in New York City, and she also shared a snap of herself taking in the streets of New York before she got to meet none other than supermodels Adriana Lima as well as Gigi Hadid.
Wow.
Now, she's not the only one that did meet some celebrities. Nomzamo Mbata was there last week, and she actually ended up hanging out with Cara Delevingne. So our sisters are doing things at a whole nother level, but we're so proud of them. They're just rocking it, doing amazing. And of course, we're going to be chatting to Zoe a little bit later on with regards to her adventures in Istanbul.
Oh man, we miss you if you're watching the stream. We miss you, Zoe. Come back soon. And that's a wrap up of what's been going down on the international or the South African entertainment front. I know you've been dying to catch up on all of the weekend sporting action,
yeah.
You might have felt a bit of tension or apprehension at approaching the scores this morning. Yes, we've got a fantastic opportunity now in Super Rugby for a South African team to win that final, but let's get the tough stuff out of the way first and let's talk about cricket. The third test currently playing out at the Oval. It's, interestingly enough, the 100th game being played at one of the most historic cricket grounds, and I think that's inspiring the English cricket team at the moment. Unfortunately, the Proteas in all kinds of trouble at the moment. They currently sit on 117 for 4, still needing 375 runs for victory. So I think victory, Jones there, an absolute star on debut, 6 wickets he's standing on at the moment. He's got Amla's ticket twice. But Dean Elgar, he was being peppered yesterday. It's almost like when we talk about the Ashes series between England and Australia, where they bowl this body line where it's very aggressive. And this seems to be the approach that they're taking at the moment. They're bowling at the body, they're bowling at the stumps. We've seen wickets falling with beautiful Yorker deliveries. It looks like an old school fast bowler's performance. So as much as maybe a couple of wickets given away cheaply on the South African front, the English bowling attack has been quite superb.
Next level stuff.
Temba Bavuma, as much as he hasn't got massive scores, he's got 250s throughout this series, but it's the points, those junctures that he's coming into bat. He's proven himself to have nerves of steel. So he's got to go out there this morning and prove himself. But South Africa are basically playing for the draw today, but it's going to be a long day, and it doesn't look like the rain is going to come in to save us either and give us a non-result. It's going to be very, very tough. And of course, it's been a bit of a seesaw battle. That first test going the way of South Africa, or the way of England, second test South Africa, and now it looks very much in England's hands. So we send our thoughts and prayers to the Proteas, but I think Dean Elgar, I think he in particular deserves an honourable mention for showing a lot of spirit. Now, when we talk about spirit, it felt like we were treated to 3 semi-finals in Super Rugby this weekend, and I say that because the Lions game was like 2 separate games in one. The first half, the Lions were nowhere. The Hurricanes were running all over them, showing a lot of fire, showing that typical New Zealand flair. A couple of brilliant performances, stand-up performances. I thought Perinara was absolutely amazing. I don't know what Johan Ackermann, who is now the coach who is leaving the Lions fold, he's going to be heading overseas, what he said to them during that halftime break, but they came out fired up. Lionel Ross Correa, rather, but that Akafanamava, you got to try there. He was the replacement hooker. We saw a brilliant battle up front. Dane Coles was the hooker for the Hurricanes, came back after injury, and Malcolm Marx, two of the best hookers in the world. So there was this tight battle up front, but something just clicked within that Lions team. 44-29 the final score there after being down 22-10 at halftime. An unbelievable performance. And then, of course, they're going to meet the Crusaders in that final. It was after the Crusaders, very much against the run of play, beat the Chiefs, who put everything into that. To give you an idea, the Chiefs making 213 passes, the Crusaders 98 passes. They had ball in hand for just about most of the match, 67% of the possession in terms of the Chiefs play, but they just couldn't crack the Crusaders at home. So the Crusaders, they've got a tough task coming to Ellis Park next Saturday. That's when the final is going to play out, 4 o'clock. Get down there and support the Lions. They deserve a full stadium.
So if anybody was basically living under a rock this weekend, you've just sorted them out with like the best review of what happened. Nice,
it was such a lovely weekend of sport. So we congratulate the Lions. I'm sure some bruised bodies are out there, but spirits flying high, and that goes for the fans as well.
To the Lions, the pride of South Africa. Now, August is a very interesting month. Not only is it the 8th month of the year, but for grade 9s all across the country, it becomes a very important time because they're going to be choosing their subjects for grade 10. So the big question is, how do you get to making such an important decision? Do you choose your subjects based on your passion or your career path looking ahead? Well, for this week's episode of Expresso AMPD, Carl Wastie asked that very same question to the learners of Fishhook High.
Welcome to Expresso Amped. My name is Carl Wastie, and so many people have been telling me that grade 9 subject choice is rocket science. Well, I'm here to simplify that by asking you a few questions. My first one is simple. What is the one subject that you are looking forward to dropping the most this year?
I'm most looking forward to dropping technology because I really don't enjoy the projects that we're given.
And geography because I don't feel like it pertains to my interests or anything that I feel like I will be doing in the future.
Definitely EMS because it's one of the most boring subjects and it's never going to help me in my career choice.
EMS because I understand none of it and I fall asleep in all my EMS lessons anyway.
Social science because I find it boring and I don't understand any of it.
My first bit of advice with regard to subject choice, take your time. And talking about time, it's time for our first video here on Expresso Amped. This is Rouge and No Strings.
Now you been catching feelings, yeah. Cut that out, you wanna bring your feelings, yeah. Cut that out, cut that out. Come now, down. No strings, all attached. Cause I ain't trying to love you right now. You been catching.
So while you're spinning around finding out which subject to pick, what is more important? A subject that's good for your academics or a subject that is connected to your career path? Let me know. I'm fine. Whew.
I would say go with your subject preferences because when you're in high school, you're young, you want to be having fun. So take what you're going to enjoy and you can easily take a course for a subject later than sort of suffer when you're older.
I think that your chosen career path is more important when determining subject choices. You may not enjoy the subject right now, but if you put in the hard work, then you'll enjoy your career later on in life.
Definitely your chosen career path because it's nice to be prepared for your career down the line. You know?
I think the most important is career options because you may hate what subjects you take now, but I'm sure you're going to love what you do in your career field.
So while we think about subject choice, here's something to bob your heads to. This is DJ Switch, Deleuze and Younger, 4 Ways.
I'm in 4 ways and I'm faded, I'm ghost. I got 4 chains and ain't draped in that gold. I'm in 4 ways and I'm faded, I'm ghost. I got 4 chains and ain't draped in that gold. I got 4 chains.
You know, you have a whole salad of subject choices, but nobody ever asks you to create your own. I mean, why can't you do a little hybrid history and geography all together? So, if you had a chance to create your own subject, what would it be and why?
Gardening, because I think it really connects you to the earth and it can bond people and it's just really enjoyable.
Something somewhat like LO, but it teaches you more about things that everyday people do, like paying taxes and how to look after your body with regards to like nutrition and all that.
Creative writing sort of class or course, because I really enjoy it and I'd want to do more of it sort of outside of just English classes.
If I create my own subject, it would definitely be a gaming subject because I really enjoy gaming and it's one of my favorite things to do.
I'll create fashion design because as youth we get to create our own clothing and we can have our own clothing lines.
Just because you're all the way at the bottom over there, it doesn't mean the world can't be yours. And it starts right now with your grade 9 subject choice. Get as much information as possible, and I guarantee you, you'll make the right decision. As we get into your final video here on Express Amped, this is Donald, Tiwa Savage, and Raindrops. Let's give it a spin.
Babe, can you feel the raindrops fall from the outside? I'm waiting for your love. Babe, can you hear the raindrops fall from the outside? I'm waiting for your touch.
Get away now. Get away now.
You're allowed to dance, bro. You're allowed to dance, bro. I know the rest of the team says that about me as well. We're going to approach something really important today. Making a choice can be one of the most stressful things that any of us go through, whether it's a small or a big choice. And we've got a spiritual philosopher, Sunanda Leelaram, here to help us through this process. It's going to be a very inspirational session.
Absolutely. And we all wait with bated breath to hear the voice that conquered all the voices. Craig Lucas in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be performing live. Stay tuned. Thank you. Who doesn't love more travels and more savings?
Expresso viewers, explore the Middle East or Africa and get up to 30% off hotel accommodation and participating restaurants when you book to stay between the 21st of May and the 9th of September 2017. With more choices, you can enjoy adventure, relaxation, cities or beaches. To book, visit protea.marriott.com or call 0861 119 000.
Cracked, but because I'm English, it's cracks, and I forever will regret that Twitter handle. Like it's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Sure, thanks, son.
It's true, you probably never knew that every day my highlight was seeing you. I love it when you stand by me and rest your head into my chest, and maybe that's your way deep to see beneath the flesh or holding tight. Cause I'm scared of you thinking it's best to stay away.
Yeah, good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mokhaya. It's a Monday morning. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Now, Vodacom is about to make your day with up to 1 gigabyte of free data, and Vodacom is offering customers a chance to explore more of the internet with the Meg Your Day campaign and giving you access to a new site every day of the week. And Monday is all about Facebook, so we thought that we'd rustle up some very interesting and random, funny things that we've stumbled across on social media and share them with you as we like to do. What do we have today?
Well, I thought we'd start it off with this really adorable story. Now, this young man on social media thought that his dad had forgotten his birthday, and he was about to go to his baseball game, all like downtrodden and heartbroken, when his dad actually called him over and told him to open up the boot of the car just so that he could find something really amazing. Okay, so here he's really sad. Oh, Dad, you forgot my birthday. And then boom, he sees a brand new baseball bat.
Oh, look at the emotion. Yay! It's too much. Yay! It's too much.
That's amazing.
Pull it out, son. Get it out of there.
There we go.
Pull it out the box. And then the angels is all like, oh, you can't believe it.
Oh, shame, man.
So
believe it. And then as if this is like an entire fairy tale unfolding in front of our very eyes, continuing on from the previous training video, the little boy then goes on to the baseball game, right? Yeah. He hits a home run with the bat that the dad gave him, and guess who caught it? Dad.
No way.
Get out of here.
Check it out.
No way.
Check it out.
Get out.
I got it!
Yeah! Oh my! Yeah! I caught it, boo! I caught it, baby! Yeah!
Dad goes!
I caught it, baby!
I caught it, boo!
I caught it, baby!
I got you!
That is just the coolest thing ever. That band is going to become like a family tradition now.
That's
passed down
amazing.
from father to son. Oh, let's round off with something brilliant from Board Panda. We love them. We always actually connect with them for the coolest little compilations, montages they've got. And this particular montage focuses on people cheating, which we don't want to applaud. But these guys get so creative that they might just deserve better grades. Take a look at some of these. Yo. Best hack
Best
ever.
hacker.
What is
Best
he?
hack ever.
Oh my goodness, his sleeve was on the table like
It's
it's
just-
his
it's
arm,
the
but
old
his
fake-
phone is at the
fake
bottom.
Oh, get out of my life. Okay.
Oh, it's got all the information
New
on the,
cheating
on
level.
the label
Oh my
there.
word.
That is so funny.
So he printed a label.
Yeah. Wow.
Leanne,
That is-
how long
Check-
are your
check the
nails?
caption.
No, I've got 0 nails.
Nailed the exam.
Nailed it.
Okay.
That's really cool though, the nail one. But then you're like, I wonder.
Yeah, what did I write in
I
there?
just can't do it. We
And then-
accept no responsibility.
And I give you a
moving
nervous
forward.
as when you start doing this, then
Exactly.
there's no more. Just study, guys.
That's
Just study.
really good though, I
Anyway,
must say.
Yeah.
to make your day, simply keep a positive data balance on your Vodacom SIM card. Then you can dial *111 *634# or download the latest version of the My Vodacom app and then claim your free data daily. And for more information and T's and C's, visit vodacom.co.za. And of course, use that free data to let us know which videos or stories have caught your attention online this morning. And then when you do share your thoughts with us, please use our hashtag Expresso Show and hashtag Make Your Day. But right now, time for music, and we are starting off this week on the right, in fact, the best note with the popular Mr. Craig Lucas. Of course, Craig stole the hearts of fans with his deeply emotive soul and soulful voice, and of course his vocal range. That when he was crowned the winner of one of the biggest TV singing competitions, his humble personality and powerful stage presence and vocal delivery earned him the votes of millions and millions. And today he performs his debut single, I Said This.
Now our faces are aligned. I look into your eyes and find they're like mine. It's true, you probably never knew that every day my highlight was seeing you. And there's some things I notice you're quite shy, but like to swag it up. Shutting with your beak up on her, rapping for the hell of it. Chewing on your gum, chewing when you do make up, it all makes sense. You listen to my favorite songs, I'm jealous that you're seeing them. It's clear to me you're driven when you talk about your studying. Things go click it with your mom and not with your friends. And maybe I should stop before I freak you out. So I said this, you probably forget this. So for now, just let this be your song. Let this be the only thing it should be. There's nothing else it could be but your song. So divine, it's best when they're pressed close to mine and we combine. And there's some things I notice you're quite shy, but like to swag it out. Shutting with your pick up on her, rapping for the hell of it. Chewing on your gum, I'm scared that you'll stay away. So I said this, you probably forget this. So for now, just let this be your song. Should be, there's nothing else it could be but your song. And now I put my heart on a page and said all I need to say, yeah. Except I've said this, I hope you won't forget this, and that one day you'll let this be our song. You move me like no one else can move me. So I hope you choose me to write our song.
Is on your feel-good breakfast show. You are sounding amazing, my brother.
Thank you so much,
listen,
man.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, it's been...
How does it feel to be back home? I feel like this is home, right?
It is. It's like I did it completely 360. It's so great to be back. I mean, when I was here the last time, I'd been singing for like 26 days.
Yeah.
I watched the interview back and I was so terrified. Even of just singing and being on TV back, it's been so crazy and it's amazing to be back. So thank you for having me.
We're incredibly proud to have been part of your incredible journey, and we hope that it just shoots out into the stars, man. Can't wait to hear more music from you. That was I Said This debut single. Where's it right now? Was it at #1? I saw it.
It was #1 on Google Play yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done on that. Check it out online, and of course, let us know what you thought about that performance on our Feel Good Breakfast Show's Facebook page.
Thank you so much, Kat. In the national news this morning, Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa has urged men to become agents of change and protect those who are vulnerable in society. He joined the congregation of the Rhema Bible Church in Randburg, Johannesburg yesterday for the launch of the national campaign against the abuse of women and children. Organisers wish to create awareness of the campaign and are encouraging people to support the 16 days of activism. Ramaphosa called on people to mobilise against abuse. The unemployment rate of 53% among South Africans between the ages of 15 and 24 shows that young people are the worst hit by poor economic growth, says a recent report of the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, known as the OECD. According to statistics from the International Labour Organization, youth unemployment around the world was at 13.55% last year. South Africa's general unemployment rate for the first quarter of the year was 27.7%, the highest it's been in 14 years. Now moving further abroad, a gunman and a police officer were killed in an attack on the home of Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto in the western town of Eldoret, just more than a week before the national election, according to a senior administrator. Ruto and his family were not at home at the time of the Saturday attack. Ruto is the running mate of President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is seeking a second and final term of office in the August 8th election. And then finally, the US has reacted to North Korea's launching on Friday of a second intercontinental ballistic missile by flying B-1 bombers over the Korean peninsula yesterday and successfully testing its controversial anti-missile system. The US exercises were a direct response to the North Korean missile tests on Friday, after which that country stated that it had proved that the entire US was now within striking range. On Saturday, President Donald Trump criticized China for not doing enough to stop Pyongyang's weapons program. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get our look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
The final day of the third test between England and South Africa takes place today, with the Proteas still reeling and needing 375 for victory. South Africa closed day 4 on 117 for 4. That was after England had declared their second innings on 313 earlier in the day, setting the visitors a massive 492 required for victory. The action from the Oval gets underway again at midday South African time today. Then the Lions booked their place in the Super Rugby final after seeing out a 44-29 semi-final win over the Hurricanes on Saturday. Outscoring their opponents by 6 tries to 4, the Lions came back from being 22-10 down at halftime to secure their place in the final for a second consecutive year. In the other semi, 7-time champions, the Crusaders, they beat the Chiefs by 27 points to 13. Then staying with rugby, the Cheetahs maintained their winning start to the new Currie Cup season. That was after securing a 30-17 win over Western Province yesterday. The Free State side running in 4 tries to earn the bonus point victory. That takes them 3 points clear at the top of the standings at the moment. In our other round 2 results, the Lions edged out the Griquas with a 48-43 victory, while the Sharks, they beat the Pumas by 29 29 points to 0. Then on to motorsport. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel earned his 4th win of the season as he was crowned champion of the Hungarian Grand Prix yesterday. The win takes Vettel to 202 points on the driver's standings, 14 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who took 4th place yesterday. Kimi Räikkönen crossed the line in 2nd to secure Ferrari a 1-2 finish, while Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas, he rounded off the podium. That's where we leave our sport for now.
Thanks very much, Graham. Here's a quick update of your traffic in Gauteng, Parktown. There's been an accident on the M1 highway near the 11th Avenue, and you can expect delays in that area. In Cape Town, Bellville, on the N1 inbound, traffic is queuing up between Brackenfell and the Durban Road exit, so do arrange your route to work accordingly. Let's take a quick look at your weather update, and it seems that pleasantly warm temperatures are expected with partly cloudy and sunny conditions, although the temperatures are expected to drop tomorrow, Tuesday, and of course onward in the week, so do enjoy the warmth while it lasts. Let's take a closer look at your temperatures. Polokwane 8 to 19, Mbombela 14 to 20, sunny Pretoria 8 to 20, also sunny in Johannesburg with temperatures ranging between 7 and 18. Mahikeng Ngobukweni Buphirima 9 to 21, Klerksdorp 9 to 21, Kimberley 11 to 23, sunny conditions there, and in Bloemfontein 4 tot 21. Richards Bay can expect a low of 16 and a high of 21, Pietermaritzburg between 10 and 23, Durban 17 and 22, in Tata 8 to 23, in East London your low is 17 and your high is 24 degrees, Cradock 13 to 25, Port Elizabeth 16 to 24, George 15 to 29, in Sutherland can expect a low of 6 and a high of 19 with northerly winds of 30 kilometers per hour, Cape Town 14 to 26, Worcester 11 to 26, Springbok 9 to 25, and Uppington 15 to 27.
Well, it's time for us to take a look at what's happening on social media right now. If you're in need of some motivation on this Monday, hashtag Monday Motivation is currently trending. Let's see this one. Learn to live without fear of failing. Take a chance. You just might surprise yourself. That's wonderfully motivating. Also, this one says, always aim for the greatest height and you might just land there. Hashtag Monday Motivation. Tumi says, fail forward and have a superb week. Also, Sanjeeb says, believe in yourself, look to the future and forget the past. Remember that every failure is a step to success. And let's end off with Megan Fox, the actress, who says, in life, you are either a passenger or you are a pilot. It's your choice. So if you are looking for some motivation, why don't you go and check out hashtag Monday Motivation.
Book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips.
Well, 2 things that you certainly need to motivate you on this Monday: understanding the importance of saving money and also understanding the responsibility of your choices. These are 2 subject matters that we'll be tackling after the break. Stay tuned.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, almost every single moment of every day, we're continually making choices that have an impact on our lives and, of course, our futures, from a small to a grand scale. Because of the actions that we do as human beings, we often need guidance in understanding the responsibilities that come with the choices that we eventually make. Now, leading international philosopher and Vedanta practitioner Sunanda Leelaram is joining us in our Expresso studio this morning to reflect on the dilemma of choice. Sunanda, so good to have you on the show this morning. I'm so happy that we're talking about this because I think this is a very important topic for South Africans in general. But let's first begin with the subject of Vedanta. What exactly is it, and what relevance does this ancient knowledge have on the modern world today?
Vedanta is the science of life and living. It's ancient Indian wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's relevant because it talks about eternal values, principles of life and living, which do not change with time or age.
Yeah.
So whatever Vedanta offers would be relevant to people across the globe.
Wow.
For their life and living.
That is quite amazing. We mentioned earlier on that choice was a dilemma. Yes. Now, a lot of people think, oh, why is it so hard to choose? But why exactly is choice such a dilemma for so many people?
What we need to understand is every human being, the inner personality is constituted of two faculties. One is the intellect, which is the ability to think.
Yeah.
The other is the mind, which feels emotions, likes, dislikes, wishes and wants and desires. So the dilemma in life is when your mind wants something, very much, and your own intellect says, this is not good for me. Now, who are you going to listen to? So Vedanta is a science that trains you to understand what the intellect is and to develop it and strengthen it so that it can guide the mind and you make choices according to what you think is right.
Wow. That is quite a powerful concept, a really powerful concept. You know, a lot of people say that choice is a gift. A lot of people don't have it. So how do you use this gift how do you use it wisely to transcend maybe sometimes religion, culture, how you grew up, you know, things that other people said is right that you do not necessarily believe is right? It's a difficult path to navigate.
Well, it's a training that each one has to give oneself.
Yeah.
It's not natural, like muscles. You know, everybody has muscles, but who's strong? One who exercises the muscle. Similarly, thinking is an ability every human being has. It's a birthday gift, everyone has. But it depends on how you develop it. You've got to strengthen it and use it. For example, you know what's right, what's wrong, but you may not follow what you think is right or wrong. And that's why we regret in life. So once you do something, you come back and say, oh, I should not have done it. Now, why did you do it in the first place? Your ability to think was not available to you before action. It was available to you after. So you've got to make your existing intellect available to you. That's one. And the second is to strengthen it. And the strengthening comes from the study of Vedanta.
Wow. I feel like Sunanda needs her own show with regards to this, but thank you so much for being with us. I wish, this is meaty stuff, and I wish we could get into it more, but hopefully we can do that again. Now, this is the reason why we're always advised to choose wisely, and it can take time and practice, as Sunanda said, to learn how to use that wisdom effectively. Sunanda will be giving a 3-day free public talk starting this evening at the Lobby Theatre in Cape Town, and she'll also be doing the same in Johannesburg and in Durban throughout August. So if you'd like more information, make sure you visit vedanta.org.za.
Time now to choose a little exercise this morning. A great way to free up the mind is to free up the body. Johry Batt has been helping us do that throughout this year with some awesome training sessions. Time to take the guns off safety. Take them off safety, what's say?
You got your ticket, eh?
It's going to be all about the arms today. We're going to do a bit of buy, a bit of try. First of all, brother, how are you doing?
Good in yourself.
Very good, man. I'm looking forward to this. It's been a while, so go easy, man. No, don't go easy, go hard.
2 games, summer's almost here, so we
paces,
got to get going, eh?
I love it. So where are we going to start today?
This is everybody's favourite day at the gym. Okay, gun show, buy some tries.
Not just in C point, 4 ways to spin TT, boys.
Right, so I'm just going to take you through a couple of my favourite combos to really get a nice pump.
A pump, and that's what it's about, yeah.
So we're going to do a set or 10 reps, and we'll go through about 4 to 5.
Lovely, let's do it, man.
Right, I like to do it on the ground. You can do the standing one, maybe
Alright.
just to give the variation, but this isolates that you don't use your legs to swing.
You don't swing the weights up with your body.
So if you see a guy in the gym swinging it, help him right.
If you're needing to do that, the weight's too big. Yeah.
Right, we're going to turn it out, and it's just over there. We're going to go for 10 curls.
And that hand position, by turning the hands out, what part of the bicep does that focus on?
That's your spinated grip. So you've got two heads in the bicep, long head and short head. Okay, this targets a little bit more of the long head, stretching it all the way out when you turn it down. Now we can go into the second one, which is the hammer curl. Okay, that's keeping the hands up, okay, and not turning the grip. It works a complete different part of the bicep, and you'll feel it more like in the upper part of the bicep as you curl and squeeze.
Muscle, yeah.
Okay, and the important thing is keep the elbows squeezed in.
Locked into place.
All right, that's a great 2 sets for bicep. Let's go onto our backs with this one. If you're obviously in a gym, you can use a bench for this. We're going to focus on triceps. Right, chest press down and squeeze the tricep as you, and keep them together. You want to squeeze those 2 weights together. Let them touch. And you can speed it up. And you feel more than anything, this is a tricep workout, more than chest.
Kind of replacing a dip almost, yeah.
All right, so you can hold it there. We're going to independently load the arm, so it's a little bit tougher for balance.
Cool.
But back. So this is your old skull crusher, just with 2 dumbbells.
It's amazing. You can feel how differently they're working the tricep, different areas.
That's it. It also corrects the instability, and if you've got one arm that's a little bit more wobbly than the other one,
no one gets left behind, yeah.
That's it. Right, let's pop back up. Right, and the triple crush finisher.
Okay, well, we do the triple crush finisher. We're going to give you a chance to work on your savings this month. Of course, one day left in National Savings Month, but we're not going to stop saving.
So curl, press, hold, tricep extension.
Oh, lovely.
Right, and back down.
All right, now it's time for us to exercise that financial muscle, and in the current economic climate, many South Africans are facing a great difficulty when it comes to saving, and we can all feel it a lot more every single day. And that's why this National Savings Month, Nedbank posed the hashtag #MySavingsPledge challenge to us and the rest of South Africa to encourage us all to relook our spending habits and see where we can cut back on just one thing and rather save that money towards something more important. And this morning, we're joined by friends from Nedbank, the lovely Vanessa Singh and Vanesha Palani. Good morning, ladies. Looking all moneyed, may I say? How are you?
Oh, fantastic. Good to be here.
Great to have you back here with us. So the challenge has been, I think, an eye-opening one for many of us here in the studio, and I'm hoping so that it's been the same for South Africans out there. But essentially, what are you looking for South Africans to take away from not only National Savings Month, but also from the challenge?
Yeah, I think it's important that all of us save, because you never know when you're going to need it. And you know, you never know when an opportunity may arise, or for a particular period in your life. So I think it's responsible for all of us just to consider what we are doing. Consider our spending habits and make saving part of our everyday life. We were in a shop yesterday, and Vanesha, the savings was 12 Rand.
Okay.
And Vanesha tells me, Vanessa, that's a discount. You need to take the discount, even though it's 12 Rand.
Every cent counts.
Every cent counts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, to many people, the idea of saving might be a far-off thought, an unattainable thing. But why would you say it is so important, over and above exactly what you've, I think, explained? That does tell me why saving is important. Why would you say it is so important to you?
Yes, I suppose, you know, for you know, life throws you curveballs.
Yeah.
The unexpected happens. And when that happens, you need to have some resources. So if there's an emergency, you've got your back. You have this, you have something to fall back on. And then when opportunities arise, I always say when opportunities arise, take it. Take it.
Yes.
Okay, don't let a good opportunity go by. And so if you have your own resources, if you have your own savings, you can exercise that. And if you're like me, when I'm thinking about retirement shortly, okay, what does that mean? Does it, you know, so we all think that this, you're going to go on retirement, it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be a dream.
Yes.
It may be the other way around.
It might be the other way
if you haven't
around.
planned for it. So people get accustomed to a way of living, and they think they will live the same when they retire. But actually, if you don't plan for that, it can be quite scary.
Yeah, and of course, Vanesha, when you come to the planning of things like retirement, we're taking a look at long-term investments, but they're also medium-term and short-term. How important is it to consciously set those different goals? And when you say consciously do it, what do you actually mean by that?
And we start with the 12 Rand example. And that's where you start to be conscious about your savings. So a lot of people think, oh, 5 Rand is not important, or 10 Rand isn't. So just really thinking about every single thing you do and whether you can just save a little bit more. And it also goes to the extent of actually writing some of the stuff down.
Yes.
So this month for me has been such an eye-opener because I've been able to save a lot myself. And you would think, many people would think, oh, you're in banking, you understand this, so what are you going to actually save? I've reviewed every single thing I do and how I spend money to alter the way, the routes I take, the petrol I try to save.
Yeah.
So just that's, conscious in every single thing. Write it down. That really works for me.
Yeah.
So budget.
Budget.
Yeah.
And really think about, where I'm spending, what am I spending it on? Could I have done this better? So really writing it down, budgeting, understanding it. And then we talk about really, where do you put that money?
Yeah.
So conscious is not just, oh, well, I know it's there.
Yeah.
And it's going to stay there. So that's lazy money. Get your money to work harder for you. Put it somewhere you're going to get some interest, get something back, grow it.
Yeah.
Nobody
Nobody likes lazy money. You want your money to hustle for you because you hustle for your money.
Exactly.
As well. So where would you say is most important to begin? I mean, is it with the short? Is it with the medium? Is it with the long term? And how can Nedbank help you to achieve those different goals?
So if you're like a Vanessa, then go long term because you've got this short term thing done and you're ready for retirement. But I always say to people, start small, start immediately, start thinking short term.
Yeah.
Because when you start thinking long term, it's extremely daunting. You've got to have this amount of money to retire, comfortably, and people go, never going to get there. So I always say, start with something. Start small, start now, and build that over time. And, put it in terms of being able to also enjoy your life and balance. You don't want to lock all your money in and then you have that flat tire and then you're going to have to walk to work every day. Probably a good savings plan anyway, but you need to balance it out and have some of that stuff as well.
Yeah.
So this short-term savings, so typically how we at Nedbank could help South Africans save. So when you talk about budgeting and writing it down, so when you used to budget, you used to put money in this envelope for groceries and this for travel and this for entertainment and clothing. So take that same budgeting principles. What we have, we call something a savings pocket. So off your 5 Rand account, which you've been talking about the whole month, in your 5 Rand account or other accounts we have, you create a savings pocket. You can have multiple pockets.
Yes.
So this is my grocery pocket and put your money in there. And your entertainment and your travel, etc., etc. But what it does for you is you earn interest on it. Because you're not going to spend everything on entertainment in one weekend. At least over the rest of the month, you have built up interest. So in the savings pocket, as you start accumulating money, you see, I haven't used so much. I haven't used everything. But you also have a savings pocket for emergencies.
Yes.
Then take that and say, okay, I've accumulated the pool. How does it work hard at the next level? And that's when we look at a 32-day notice deposit. And what the 32-day notice deposit does, it actually stops you. It helps you resist temptation.
Yeah, it makes you think about what you're going to do.
You have to think about, so I need to buy that stuff, but hell, I got to give notice on my money.
Yeah.
And then to wait 32 days, you've forgotten about it. And that 32 days earns you higher interest.
Absolutely.
Now, you look at this 32-day interest notice account, and it's earning interest, and you say, wow, my money is growing.
Yeah, maybe if I kept it in for 32 days longer, I
Yes.
might earn more.
And
there
then
we go.
that's the whole idea. And then 32 days very quickly goes to a 1-year savings, and you earn a higher interest. This is a beautiful example. Somebody told me the other day that his wife used to buy clothing on a store card, and he told her, why don't you pay it off? Because she used to get irritated. They call her, they say, you're overdue, whatever the case may be. They should tell her. So he used to say, pay off your store card, save for it, and then you can buy with the savings. Guess what? Now that she's saving to buy clothes, she stopped buying so much.
All right. Well, I think there's a lot for us to think about, and we'd certainly like to hear from you about what it is that you have been saving for. So please do give us a call on 021-430-9881 and share with us your thoughts and whether it is a short or a long-term plan that you're working towards. The Nedbank team are here and can assist you with reaching your savings goals. So give us a call, 021-430-9881. We will be right back.
I take big leaps. I make plans.
and backup plans. I just need my money to take me further.
Let your money take you further. Save or invest and get a great rate. Pay no monthly fees or commissions and get fully guaranteed capital. See money differently. Nedbank.
Well, still to come after the break, we're sharing some incredible achievements with you, one of which is Africa's very first wheelchair access beach. Absolutely amazing stuff. And then we'll need to bring you some tech news. And of course, Facebook is launching a brand new phone. It's going to change the way we see the world. All that and more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Let your money hustle for you. Get a bank account for R5 per month and bank on the Nedbank app without using any data. See money differently. Nedbank.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, we all only have one chance at life, and our quality of life should not be diminished by the fact that we are differently abled. Now, this is why Nicolene Mostert, the founder and CEO of OCAL Global, has made it her life's mission to provide great activities for the disabled or differently abled, and she has started with launching Africa's first wheelchair access beach in Durban. And she joins us this morning to chat about how this important achievement was accomplished. Nicolene, so good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you so much.
Wow, this is amazing stuff. I know that with blue flag status legislation and mandated legislation, we have to be able to provide access to, wheelchair-bound people. But how does this process come into play? Because I'm sure it's not an easy one.
No, it really is not. And this actually came to our attention about 2 years ago when we realized that part of the mandate is that accessibility is a must.
Yes.
But also that one beach in each region should have water accessibility. So we then started looking for ways in which we can make this a reality. For OCAL Global, it's important for us to have everyone as part of an inclusive community. We then found Moby Mats, which is an international product which they use all across the world. We then secured the agency for it. We approached the city of Cape Town about a year and a bit ago with the initiative. Unfortunately, we're still waiting for it to happen. But in the meantime, Durban was also looking for accessibility. So they got hold of us, and the Durban government actually initiated it for us to be able to do the first wheelchair accessible beach on Madiba Day.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think, you know, for us that are able to access a beach using our mobility and our legs, it's something that we don't really think about. But why is it so important that people that are wheelchair bound also be able to access beaches?
So for us, one of our ambassadors, Dries Millard, is he's an adaptive surfing coach and also adaptive surfing guy, and he always either needs to drag himself across the beach or he needs to get people to carry him to the beach. So we just realized that for you and for me, we wouldn't like to be carried to the beach. So it's about dignity, and it's about the free choice to actually be able to get onto the beach by yourself.
I think one of the things that we love about you is, like, your calling in life is to give differently abled people the opportunities to do epic things in life. And I think a lot of times we don't really know the difference between what does it mean to be a disabled person and a differently abled person.
So I think for me personally, it was my life's calling when in 2014 I took the world's first triple amputee up Kilimanjaro. And to me, the world labels certain people as disabled if you've got a prosthetic or in your wheelchair. To me, all of us are disabled in one way or another, whether it is emotionally, whether it is physically. Something inside of us are broken, if you want to say that. So to label someone that you can see a disability as disabled just means they're broke and they can't do something. To me, we are all collectively differently abled. We all do things differently.
Well, thank you so much for exactly putting it down to what it is, and that they don't lack anything, you know, and I always find that people that are differently abled oftentimes have way more tenacity than us, because they've all worked 10 times harder to make it possible, but it's still possible.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Nicolene, for
Thanks
being
for
here.
having me.
I feel good on this Monday morning. Well, there is a world of possibility and adventure out there, and we all deserve to experience it all ourselves. Now, if you would like to find out more information about the work that OCAL Global is doing, then you can go and visit ocalglobal.com.
I just have to add my 2 cents worth. I've interviewed hundreds of Paralympians, of incredible so-called disabled people on the show, capable of doing things physically that I couldn't dream of. So there is no disabled, it's only differently abled. Absolutely love that. Well done, Nicolene. Now, you know, when tennis is here, it's time to turn to all things tech. I'm looking at some of the big news breaking at the moment. I think people who are into streaming services, big news as Google is merging their Google Play Music with YouTube Red, a big one. And we're going to be talking also about modular smartphones this morning. What is it all about? Is Facebook going to be entering the smartphone market? Theunis Jansen van Rensburg from bandwidthblog.com is here to chat a little bit about all of these stories breaking on the tech front at the moment. First of all, modular smartphones. Tell me all about it like I'm an idiot, because, you know.
Right, so the idea behind modular smartphones are that you can actually build your own smartphone, if you want to put it like that.
Okay.
So the idea came from a couple of years ago from a company called Blockphone, and they were saying that we are throwing too much electronics away.
Yeah.
So the idea is that instead of just throwing a phone away every 2 years or reselling it, let's recycle those parts.
Keep the core kind of components.
Exactly. So what you have is you've got a chassis. And then you use that chassis and just kind of connect different modules to that phone to kind of fit your needs.
You're entering into a very commercial space, though, and I would imagine a lot of the smartphone providers out there, you know, their bottom line rests on the fact that people are upgrading all the time to new devices.
Exactly.
So that first incantation didn't really fly. Do you think it's going to fly now? And talk us through Facebook possibly entering into that space.
Yeah, this is a very interesting turn of events, because we didn't think that Facebook would be entering the smartphone market market anytime soon. They had a small little foray into it 3 or 4 years ago, trying to work with HTC, and it didn't work out at all. What we've seen now, and Facebook haven't confirmed, but you know these leaks are very, very accurate. Is that they might be moving into this modular smartphone space. And the idea there is, once again, they want to give their customers the flexibility and the usability as they see fit. And it's all about the customer and how they want to use their device. So it's just kind of an extension of what we saw previously with Google's Aura project, which was the previous incantation of a proper modular phone that we were really excited about, and it was canned a couple of years ago, unfortunately. So it'll be very, very difficult for them to actually bring this to fruition and to do it in a way that people actually want to use it. But we're excited to see where it goes.
Well, they've got the market already to plug it into, which I love. Then very quickly, talking about streaming at the moment, Google Play Music and YouTube Red, we're thinking of merging.
Right, so Google have confirmed that they are going to merge the two services, and the biggest reason is Google have realized that they've got a lot of services that don't really speak to each other in a very cohesive way. So they've got YouTube Red, they've got the normal YouTube, of course, they've got YouTube Music, which is different from Google Play Music, and then they've got Google YouTube TV. So what they're going to do is kind of merge these services in a way that would make more sense for them as a provider of these streaming services. So you'll have the video on the YouTube Red side, and then obviously the music from Google Play Music. What's going to happen to YouTube Music, we don't quite know yet. But it'll be interesting to see how they merge this. And the biggest question that arises is, if you are already a customer of Google, if you're already a subscriber of either YouTube Red or Google Play Music, are you going to pay extra? Is it going to be one service all-encompassing for the same price? And that's what we're really excited to see what they do.
Hopefully the prices will come down, but I think they're going to capitalize on that database now, just bring it all into one collective. Thank you so much, Theunis. A fountain of knowledge, as always. You can let us know, would you take on board a modular cell phone? Building your own cell phone, is that something you would like? You can hit us up on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. And of course, you can catch up with Theunis on bandwidthblog.com.
Thanks a lot, G. Now, for many people, saving is one of those distant thoughts that, something that you'll do tomorrow or when you have more money to do so. But what we've learned with the Nedbank #MySavingsPledge challenge is that saving doesn't need to be that difficult. You start off small. It's just about relooking your spending habits and knowing where you can cut back, taking action, and just getting started. And this morning, we're joined by our friends from Nedbank, the lovely Vanessa Singh, once again, and Vanesha Palani. And of course, we're taking your calls as well on 0214309881. We want you to share your savings stories. Maybe you can call in and ask for some suggestions, which is exactly where I want to start, Vanessa. The fact that, some people in South Africa, given the economic climate, given unemployment figures and whatnot, struggle to make it to the end of the month. So to these people, what would be your suggestion on where and how to start?
I think start now, start today, and just think about what you are spending. Think about your spending habits. And the moment you start consciously doing that, I think when you start consciously doing that, you just reevaluate what you do. Like, do you carpool or do you take the longer route? What's the shorter route? Do you use public transport? So you just start reevaluating your behavior. And it's amazing how much you start saving.
And once you start, it's really quite addictive.
Yes.
You just want it to grow and grow and grow. So
And so let's talk about savings, because it can occur in your spending on necessities and on luxury. So which should you start with, and how do you see these goals being put into action then?
It really depends on your personality and where you are in your life. There's no one set formula. But I believe in leading a balanced life. So like I do want to make sure I retire comfortably, I also want to enjoy my everyday living. But it's about, we talk about conscious is, don't spend it on that cappuccino. Hold it back. Spend it for something that's really meaningful, that's going to add value in your life. But a great holiday, a good experience or whatever. So, really have that kind of balance.
So I'm saying, don't cut out your cappuccino like cats. Don't cut it out. Just do one less a day.
Just one less a day. That's where it starts.
Well, I am extreme and I am quite addicted to the same.
There we go. You've already gone far down the rabbit hole. But Mrs. Davids is on the line right now, joining us from Kales River. Good morning, Mrs. Davids.
Hi, good morning, Pat.
Oh, thank you so much for calling us.
Yes. I just wanted to know, I'm a little embarrassed to ask this question, but I just wanted to know, I'm 52, my husband is 60, and we are really quite behind with our retirement. And I just wanted to know, is it too late for us to retire or to get a retirement fund, or what do you think?
All right, well, don't be embarrassed at all, and thank you for sharing that question with us, because I think a lot of people actually find themselves in that position where, you know, provision hasn't necessarily been made, but like you said, Vanessa, it's about starting today, starting now. So what can one do starting now, especially thinking long-term, thinking retirement?
Well, it's amazing that you've actually taken that step today and made that acknowledgement. It's never too late. So definitely, you know, there are a million of options available to you to ensure that you can retire and have the best life that you could possibly have. The key question is probably going to be how much you're willing to give up from now till when you retire.
Great question,
And, you know, it's really we spoke about being conscious, so really start understanding where you spend your money on, what does your debt look like, making sure you continue to service those loans, you know, don't have any fees or anything like that that's going to eat in any possible future income. Making sure that you can speak to the experts, come and speak to someone at Nedbank. We have great, you know, great products and services that can help you, that can make sure that you can live the best life that you could possibly live with what you have, and how we can grow that.
And what I'd like her to think about is, if I had to stop working tomorrow, how much would I need to continue living comfortably? First, living. Comfortably is the operative word. You can go extravagant or you can go basic, but assess how much you need. How much money do I need for food, for living expenses, etc. That's your starting point. Then you've got to say, okay, if you have no savings, as you said, you have no savings. If you've got no savings, you've got to say, so what do I put away today? From today, you've still got 8 or 11 years, depending when you want to retire. At 63, normally women retire at 63. So you've got 8 good years, actually 11 years at 63, 11 years in which to save for your retirement. But save with an ultimate goal in mind. If I need 5,000 Rand a month to survive, then you must say, what do I need to start saving? How will I grow my money so I get 5,000 Rand a month to start living? And I think those are the conscious decisions. And it's ironic, most South Africans are in this position. So you're not alone.
Absolutely.
So the operative thing is understand how much you need today, start saving, reevaluate your behavior, cut away the non-essentials. You, at this late stage, you need to cut back on how you're living and just park for the future and it'll grow.
All right. Mrs. Davids, thank you so much for the call and sharing that very, very important question with us, because I think, as we've said over and over again, she's not alone. There are so many people out there, and especially to the young people out there that are maybe starting off your first job. Start thinking about retirement right now and what it is that you can start saving on so that you can provide for your future. Thank you so much. But of course, stay with us. A little bit later on, we'll be talking to Vanessa and Vanesha again, getting expert advice. And of course, if you're looking to find out how you can cut back on certain expenditures, most importantly, your spending in terms of your banking fees, then you might want to SMS NedPayU to 30755, and then the team from Nedbank will get in touch and talk to you about the pay-as-you-use account for only 5 Rand a month.
I take big leaps. I make plans and backup plans. I just need my money to take me further.
Let your money take you further. Save or invest and get a great rate. Pay no monthly fees or commissions and get fully guaranteed capital. See money differently. Nedbank.
We're going to take a very quick ad break then. The foodies are taking over. Abigail Donnelly is here to take us through the Eat Out Awards. She's one of the most influential foodies in the country, yes, but also one of the coolest people. Just like this lady
love
over here.
Abby. Hey!
Soon to be auntie over here.
And I don't know what I love more, Zola in the kitchen or Zola cooking in the kitchen, because she's making us some delicious oat and seed crackers after the break. But definitely
yummy.
you, I think you like it.
Sarah's on the phone. Not now, more. I'm in Mauritius.
Well, what must I tell her?
Tell her I'm in Mauritius.
He'll call you back later.
Stop faking and start traveling. Book flights from only $4.99 on travelstart.coza.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to a feel-good kickstart to a brand new week. Now let's get into some exciting news on the foodie front. Eat Out, South Africa's best guide to the country's best food, is calling on the public to once again post reviews of great restaurants to help determine the people's favourites for the 2017 edition of the Eat Out Best Everyday Eateries. Restaurants in all 9 provinces are eligible for these accolades, and Eat Out editor Abigail Donnelly is here to chat about how you can get involved in deciding who will win this year's awards. And what an award, what a feather in your cap to win an Eat Out award.
And there's so many amazing restaurants that are up for this. So the public have got they've got quite a ambition to do to get it right.
And a tough job, but you've introduced a couple of changes. So not only will the public be involved, but you're getting the foodies involved as well, some professionals as well. So talk us through the judging panel, the judging process. How's it all coming together?
This award is really, it's to put the restaurants that aren't kind of the fine dining restaurants on the platform. And it's on in our 3rd year, which will happen in October. And we've always had the public who can vote, which is great because that's our audience on the web.
We're the ones eating the food.
Exactly. And it's, you know, your favourite little neighbourhood restaurant, steakhouse, whatever it may be. So, so now what we've done is we've split it. So we've done a bit of research, and the people in the restaurants, they also want the credible kind of critics, our reviewers who review for the magazine every year, which comes out obviously in November. So that's how it's going to be done. So anybody can write a review on the website. And then we judge it. So if you get top 5, and it's about the stars, and and then obviously the reviewers, the credible kind of reviewers, will vote as well.
Also, is it 50-50 between the two?
Yes, absolutely.
What I love about that is you're also plugging into then the database that each one of these foodies brings with them, whether it's an online following, maybe on Instagram. There's a marketing element to this as well. And I'm so glad you honed in on the fact that this is not just for your well-known, your heavy hitters, your fine dining, but this is a chance for those unsung heroes in the foodie industry. I mean, there are so many to get discovered as well. How do people put themselves out there? How does this process all come together?
Well, as long as you listed on the Eat Out website, eatout.co.za, you can vote for your favourite restaurant, and you can vote as many times for, you can vote for as many restaurants that you want, but only one vote. Otherwise, we're not going to get a fair choice. So, so it's about those restaurants on there. It's about, we've even got the best food truck and best Mexican, best Indian, seafood. As you said, 9 provinces around the country. So
how do you go about judging? Because I know you've had a very unconventional route as a foodie as well. Some would say untrained, but
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying. But how do you judge a good restaurant?
Yeah, I've learned to train my palate hugely. But what it's all about the food. It's 80% about the food. Yes, of course. With the Eat Out Mercedes-Benz Restaurant Awards every year, which is the Fine Dining Awards.
The pinnacle,
that's the pinnacle, and these awards. It is about the food, and yes, we judge the ambiance, and we judge from the time you make the booking to the service, which is huge, and we're uplifting that with different awards as well. So but it's 80% about the food. Will I go back and will I tell my friends to go and spend there? Exactly. Whether it's a tiny little Asian restaurant in a parking lot.
I love that, Abby. Thank you so much, and good luck. I know you really do invest a huge amount emotionally in this process.
I do. You know me.
Savor every last mouthful during this very tough job that she has, tasting all the best restaurants. But you can stop by eatout.co.za to get all of those details, and of course start voting yourself. And of course now they're going to make a pledge to also help support Stop Hunger Now, which is something that's very close to my heart, and something that you can get involved in. But you can get all of those terms and conditions on their website, and all the details on our website as well.
Well, thanks a lot, Graham. Now, sticking with the delicious stuff, the perfect cracker can make or break your cheese board. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But we guarantee that these seed and oat crackers will elevate your cheese board game to gourmand status. And they're crammed full of low GI jungle oats and a variety of nutritious seeds. And once you try these crackers, you'll never want to eat another cracker with your cheese again. And guess who's making it? Zola, Nene, Zola, Nene, Zola, Zola.
I have a new theme song every time with you, hey?
It's wonderful. It's good to have you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Did you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend. Worked hard, loved it. But let's work hard in the kitchen now. Show me what you're going to be making and how you're making.
So we are making these crackers, and these are homemade, so you know exactly what goes into them. And your friends will definitely be impressed. If you put, a selection of cheese down with your own homemade crackers, they'll be like, whoa, your cheese is next level.
You're the next level.
And it's so simple to make. Okay, so it starts with some egg whites, and also these are like low in fat, low GI, so they're like, you know,
high in protein.
High in protein, packed with all things good.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is just a little bit of sugar because I like to sweeten it a little bit. If you're not having sugar, you could use a sweetener of some sort, or you could even use something like maple syrup, which is natural sugar. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
So just whisk that. You don't have to get it into soft peaks or anything like that. You just want
just get
to
the
dissolve.
sugar well
just to dissolve. Yeah. Okay.
Now
then here are the seeds. So we've got linseeds, we've got pumpkin seeds, we've got sunflower seeds, we've got sesame seeds.
Okay.
Okay.
And you can go with as many seeds as you like, right?
As many seeds as you want. You can even put raisins in here or anything like that. What's that?
Chia seeds.
Chia seeds.
Those are my favorite new seeds. I pop them into a bottle of water every time I drink water.
And then they go slimy.
Yeah, but they expand as well. And
Okay.
then, like, they look like little cells floating around a membrane of some sort. It's weird, but it's cool. I'll hold this for you.
Thank you. Okay, so that was flour and all the seeds going in, sorry. And then this is Kat's favorite seed, chia seeds. And then a bit of butter, melted butter, or you could use coconut oil if you're keeping it all low fat. And then what gives these extra texture and structure is a little bit of jungle oats.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
What's that, a cup?
Yeah, about a cup, 80 grams or so. So pop that in there. You can switch to the spatula now. I think that might make things a little bit easier. Okay, so fold in your jungle oats, and like I said, that's going to up the nutrition factor as well. So these are really nutritious. The texture is really great. So, you know, they're just an all-round fabulous cracker.
Yeah, great fiber content as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I said, low GI, so they'll keep you going for the entire day. Pop them into your lunch box.
Lunch boxes, absolutely.
Just like that?
Because oats is so, yeah, just like that. So you can spread it onto the tray now. Because oats is so nutritious, I like to try and use it throughout the day. So not just for breakfast time. Because everyone knows, you know, we love a bowl of oats for breakfast. But if you can incorporate it into your snacks or even into your dinner, what is this challenging you?
Show me how to I feel like I'm going to mess it up right there.
No. So just spread it out. If you wet your spatula or even your hands, it also becomes a little bit easier. So just spread it out willy-nilly. It's fine, okay? And the thinner you get it, the shorter it'll take to cook. Okay?
Yes, of course.
But preheat your oven to 180 degrees. And depending on the thickness, like I said, it should take between 10 minutes and about 25 minutes, depending on the thickness.
All right, and you at home can SMS the keyword jungle to 33728, and we'll send you a link to the recipe as well as an ingredients list so that you can make your own tasty, lovely seed-filled, oat-filled crackers.
Okay,
let's show you how.
I'm going to work on.
While you do that, let's quickly show you how we got to this point.
Whisk egg whites and caster sugar until sugar dissolves. Stir in the batter, mix in the flour, jungle oats, linseeds, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds and sunflower seeds. Press into a baking tray and bake until golden brown. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. You can also SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs and T's and C's apply.
All right, once again, SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. Oh, that crack!
Look at that. So
that cracking. Look at that. Brilliant. Okay.
And then you can serve them with whatever topping you want. This
Fantastic.
is just some cream cheese or cottage cheese, and
There
then a
you
bit
go.
of tomato.
That
and
is
some
amazing.
salt and some fantastic snack or lunchtime thing.
All right, just have a little break of this.
Sure.
Just a little. Oh, that sweetness comes through.
Absolutely.
So nicely. Okay, I'm gonna have that in a second, but in the meantime, Jungle is running a photo competition around the country where you can stand a chance to win an amazing weekend away. Simply find the Jungle photo booth strategically placed in beautiful locations around the country. And once you find it, take a photo, tag Jungle Oats to stand a chance to win. Now, if you're in Mulder's Drift, head over to the Horseback Africa. In Durban, you need to go to Sugar Rush in Belito. In Gauteng, visit Germiston Lake and then get photographing. And the booths will be moving around the country, so do keep your eyes peeled. Now, T's and C's do apply and can be found on www.jungleoats.co.za. Let me get in this now.
Do it. Delicious. Great for a snack, great for lunch.
Jungle, the natural energy champion.
Well, you know how they say that people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime? Well, after the break, we're talking about seasonal friendships with Dr. Eve.
Hey, man, I don't know if that makes me nervous, or I don't know if I'm starting to assess all of my friendships, man. Well, this man over here, Craig Lucas, has really given us an unbelievable performance. He's going to leave his heart and soul on this Expresso studio floor with a Christopher classic. After the break, you want to stick around. Get out of the box of tissues, though.
I hope you'll be my
It's going to get real. It's going to get real.
Absolutely.
I've never seen so many men ask you if you wanted to dance, just looking for a little romance. Half a try, never forget. Okay, let's go. Have been blind. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. Never forget the way you look tonight. And I've never had such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight. The lady in red is dancing with me.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes here on Expresso. You can see our foodies taking their photographs. But let's get back in front of camera now to bring you the latest on the news front.
In die nasionale nuus, het jong president Cyril Ramaphosa het veral mans sterk aangemoedig om hulle gesindheid te verander en diegene in die gemeenskap wat kwesbaar is te beskerm. Hy het hom gister by die gemeente van die Rymekerk in Randburg, Johannesburg aangesluit vir die afskop van die nasionale veldtog teen die mishandeling van vroue en kinders. Ramaphosa het 'n beroep op mense gedoen om teen mishandeling te mobiliseer. Die werkloosheidssyfer van 53% onder Suid-Afrikaners tussen die ouderdom van 15 en 24 toon dat jong mense die swaarste getref word deur swak ekonomiese groei. So lei 'n verslag van die Organisasie vir Ekonomiese Samewerking en Ontwikkeling. Die werkloosheidssyfer onder die wêreld se jeug het volgens die Internasionale Arbeidsorganisasie verlede jaar op 13,55% gestaan. Suid-Afrika se algemene werkloosheidssyfer was vir die eerste kwartaal van jaar 27,7%, die hoogste nog die afgelope 14 jaar. Op die internasionale front, 'n gewapende man en 'n polisiebeampte is in 'n aanval op die woning van die Keniaanse onderpresident William Ruto in die dorp Eldoret doodgeskiet. Die aanval het voorgekom 'n bietjie meer as 'n week voor die algemene verkiesing in Kenia op 8 Augustus. Ruto en sy gesin was nie tuis tydens die aanval Saterdag nie. Ruto is president Uhuru Kenyatta se mede-kandidaat in die komende verkiesing en hoop om weer as 'n jong president aangewys te word. En dan ten slotte, Amerika het op Noord-Korea se lansering van 'n tweede interkontinentale ballistiese missiel gereageer deur BN-bomwerpers oor die Koreaanse skiereiland te laat vlieg. Hy het ook terselfdertyd sy omstrede teenmissielstelsel suksesvol uitgetoets. Die VSA se optrede was 'n direkte reaksie op Noord-Korea se missiel-lansering Vrydag, waarna die land verklaar het dat sy missiele nou binne trefafstand van Amerika is. President Donald Trump het China Saterdag gekritiseer dat hy nie genoeg doen om Noord-Korea se wapenprogram te stuit nie. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport.
The final day of the third test between England and South Africa takes place today, with the Proteas having a mountain to climb, still needing 375 for victory. South Africa closed day 4 on 117 for 4. That was after England had declared their second innings on 313 earlier in the day, setting the visitors a massive 492 required for victory, with Dean Elgar on 72 and Themba Bavuma on 16. The action from the Oval gets underway at 12 o'clock South African time today. Then on to rugby. The Lions booked their place in the Super Rugby final after seeing out a 44-29 dramatic semi-final win over the Hurricanes on Saturday, outscoring their opponents by 6 tries to 4. The Lions, they came back from being 22-10 down at halftime to secure their place in the final for a second consecutive year. And the other semi-final, 7-time champions, the Crusaders, they beat the Chiefs by 27 points to 13 in Christchurch. And staying with rugby, the Cheetahs maintained their winning start to the new Currie Cup season. That was after securing a 30-17 win over Western Province yesterday. The Free State side are running in 4 tries to earn the bonus point victory as well. And that takes them 3 points clear at the top of the current standings. In some other round 2 results coming out of the weekend, the Lions, they edged out a very strong Griquas outfit, 48-43, while the Sharks, they beat the Pumas by 29 points to 0. And then finally, in motorsports, another dramatic weekend there as well, as Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel earned his 4th win of the season as he was crowned champion of the Hungarian Grand Prix yesterday. So that win takes Vettel to 202 points on the driver's standings, now 14 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who took 4th place yesterday. Kimi Räikkönen crossed the line in 2nd to secure Ferrari a 1-2 finish, while Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas, he rounded off the podium. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Well, here's your latest traffic update in Gauteng Jet Park. There's been an accident on the R21 westbound as you approach the OR Tambo International Airport. This is causing heavy delays all the way from Link Road. In Cape Town Belleville on the N1 inbound, there's also been an accident on the side of the carriageway before the Plattekloof Road exit, and you can expect delays on that route. Do travel safely to work this morning. And taking a look at the weather this morning, it seems like pleasantly warm temperatures are expected all over, with partly cloudy to sunny conditions. And temperatures are, however, expected to drop from Tuesday onwards, so do enjoy the warmth today. Taking a closer look at your temperatures, Polokwane, your low is 8 and your high is 19. Mbombela can expect a low of 14 and a high of 20. Sunny Pretoria this morning, 8 until 21, and likewise in Johannesburg, your low of 7 and a high of 18. KwaMahikeng, KwaBokone Bophirima, 9 is your low and a high of 21. Claresholm with the same, 9 and 21. Kimberley, 11 till 23. Bloemfontein can expect a low and 4 and a high of 21, while Richards Bay sees temperatures between 16 and 21 degrees Celsius. Pietermaritzburg, 10 till 23. Durban, 17 till 22. Mthatha, 8 to 23. East London, your low of 17 and a high of 24 degrees Celsius, while Cradock will see temperatures between 13 and 25 degrees. Port Elizabeth, 16 to 24. George, 15 to 29. Sutherland, 6 till 19 with northerly winds of about 30 kilometers per hour expected. Cape Town, 14 to 26. Worcester, 11 to 26. Springbok, 9 to 25. Uppington, 15 to 27. And that's the latest weather update.
Oh, I have to say, we've been really loving getting to know this man, Craig Lucas, of course, who took, I think, a lot of South African hearts into his own during what was just the most amazing journey to watch unfold on one of the biggest singing competitions in South Africa. And of course, he took top honors. And it's unbelievable to think that you almost gave up on singing, man. That is incredible to me. But now I'm going to ask you to brace yourself for a very emotional performance as he takes on one of the greatest love standards of all time, Lady in Red.
Never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many men ask you if you wanted to dance. They're looking for a little romance, giving her half a chance. And I've never seen that dress you're wearing, or the highlights in your hair that catch your eyes. I have been blind. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's no nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. And I've never had such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. I'll never forget the way you look tonight.
Thank you so much.
Oh, dude, how does it feel performing that song, man?
Great. That's my mom's favorite song of all time. So every time I get to sing it, really, it's amazing.
Dude, I'm so glad you mentioned your mom because she was right there with you, crying her
Yeah.
eyes out just about at every performance. What has this journey meant to her that you've now been able to find your way back to your calling, dude? There's no doubt that this is what you're supposed to be doing.
My mom is happy. I mean, initially she was a bit cautious about the music thing.
Yeah.
Now parents want us to get a stable job, and but over the course of the show, week after week, she saw how happy I was, and it just made her really happy. So now she's my biggest fan, manager, social media manager, whatever. My mom
She's
is
probably on the online now, downloading
Yeah.
you. She's the reason why you're reaching number one, bro.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love that, dude. Now, has it sunk in? Is it real for you that you are now going to be on this new journey as this is your career. You're a singer, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody said that to me yesterday. They were like, "You're a singer," and it sounded so strange. It was the very first time that I thought about it. I'm like, I'm actually a singer. But yeah, I'm starting to record the album this month. And so the more music I make, the more it sort of starts to settle in that this is what I'm doing now. I'm doing what I want to do.
Oh man, I'm so excited to see what direction you take that album in. With that voice, you can go anywhere you want, dude. It's so impressive to meet you, and you're such a humble, lovely guy as well.
Thank you so
man.
much, man.
It's probably the most important part for getting that long-term success, dude. All the best. You can let us know what you thought of that phenomenal performance. Hit you right in the feels on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
I think it's safe to say that Craig Lucas just made our day.
Yeah,
but
magnificent,
even
wonderful, amazing,
delicious,
everything delicious.
But now even happy to say that Vodacom is about to meg your day with up to 1 gig's free data. You can explore Facebook Monday today, Lifestyle Tuesday, Gaming Wednesday, Instagram Thursday, Music Friday, Sports Saturday, and Video Sunday.
Every day there's something going on, every day. Now simply keep a positive data balance on your Vodacom SIM card, then dial *111*634# or download the latest version of the My Vodacom app and then claim your free data daily. For more information and T's and C's that apply, visit www.vodacom.co.za.
We're going to take a very quick ad break then. Things are going to get serious. We are going to broach with Dr. Eve, who looks quite serious this morning. The question, can friendships be seasonal? It's a weird question to me, but we're going to find out. Can friends come and go? And then we're going to get into the kitchen to whip up some Melkkos with sago. Perfect for a brand new week. We'll see you now.
Get a free Dream Maker pillow when you buy selected bags of Hills dog food.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's a Monday morning, and this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, we're all used to the fact that, you know, romantic relationships usually come to an end or sometimes come to an end, and we rely on our friendships to supply us with that long-term, fulfilling and stable connection. But as easily as one can fall into a friendship, you can also grow out of it just as quickly. And so the question is it realistic to expect our friendships to last forever? And can a really great friendship sometimes only work for a short period of time? And how are you maintaining your lifelong friendships? Let us know. Give us a call on 0214309881. We're talking to our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, and she's here to engage with all your comments and your questions about this. Good morning, Dr. Eve. How are you?
I feel like I want to curl up on this couch and have a conversation.
You're welcome to. Please put your feet up.
Whoa,
relax,
thank
relax.
you, Kat.
Yes. So friendships.
Hi.
Friendships. Why are they so important and valuable to us?
Yeah. So friendships change for us as we go through different stages of our lives. You know, think back to when you were a little kid and perhaps one of your caregivers, your mom, your dad, your gran was organizing play dates for you. Think about what you wanted from a friend at that time. It was just somebody to hang out with, somebody you didn't have a choice around who you would be hanging out with because the elders, the adults would be organizing for you to hang out with this person. So you wouldn't be choosing this person. And then as you got into your school years, you would then be able to have friends who you found you had things more in common with, or maybe you were streamlined into certain places with them, or it would be over sport or academics or whatever it is that you were doing. So those would become like your friends.
Yes.
And it changes when you get into adolescence, because then you really want to be choosing friends, especially like the cool people that you want to be hanging out with. And these people have enormous impact on your life. They have more influence on you and more need than your parents at that particular time. You really need to have friends in order to establish your status, and also very much your identity of who you are.
Yeah.
It's determined by friends. Friends are vitally important. And then as you get into university, or if you get into your adulthood, then friends become a little different for you. You begin to realize the gravitas of the importance of this relationship as a primary relationship before you have a significant, intimate relationship with somebody. You learn your skills of friends from these interactions when you are a teenager developing into young adulthood.
Yeah.
So when you then get into intimate relationships, friends become secondary. When you become a parent, they kind of fall onto the third tier of the ladder, because you've got your partner, then you've got your children, or the other way around, and then you've got your friendship sitting over there. And then you still have your parental and extended family relationships. So friends seem to go down ladders, but they are enormously important to have this consistent thread of friendship all through your lifetime. And we'll talk about why.
We'll certainly do that, and we'll keep our lines open. 0214309881. Give us a call. We take in questions and comments with Dr. Eve regarding friendships, long-term friendships, short-term friendships, medium-term friendships. Are they important? How are you maintaining yours, and how important are they to you? We'll be right back with Dr. Eve.
Yes, after a quick interlude in the kitchen to make something truly delicious. It's all about our frugal feast on a Monday. Lizet Hartley is back with exercising the elbow grease. You have been so hard at work this morning, making something that looks truly delicious. We're going to turn this breakfast on its head. Melkkos and sago, are they together? Yes. How is this incredible creation coming together?
So you can make Melkkos with various things like flour to thicken it, but this is going to be made with sago. That's the easiest way to make Melkkos.
So clever.
Yes. So this is not really, we didn't used to eat this for breakfast, for lunch, even for dinner. You can eat it for breakfast, but it's not really a breakfast dish.
Listen, we have steaks for breakfast on this show, so anything goes. This is a lovely kind of hearty comfort food. And I know we've got like a brief little warm spurt, but winter is coming tomorrow again, apparently. So brace yourself for the cold with something that is going to warm you from the inside out. So, okay, start the process for us. Where do we begin with?
We've got some sago, which you soak for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
This so it cooks a lot faster.
Okay, cool. It's not essential to soak it, but it does help the process a lot.
Yeah, it's much, much quicker. Okay, so now we've got some lovely milk, into which we're going to put cinnamon and, unusually, some orange peel. Nice. It just gives you don't need to put it in if you hate orange. It gives a lovely, warm,
come on, who hates
aromatic note.
But it also plays into that whole kind of winter spicy warmth,
Yeah. And then just a little bit of sugar, not tons of sugar, because you add sugar afterwards to taste.
Flavor,
this is just to take the edge off a little bit. And then all you do is over a medium-low heat you stir.
Okay.
And the milk's going to boil, and it's going to slowly cook the sago. It takes about 20 minutes.
Okay.
and that's it. Then you're done. Then what you end up with is something that looks
this beautiful,
really unctuous.
meal,
yes,
yeah.
and then we serve it, and it's so simple.
That's it. That's boom.
That's it. But the best part, okay, now we're going to stir in a little bit of butter.
Yeah,
super important.
More butter.
Butter. And a pinch of salt. Always a bit of salt with something sweet.
Yeah. You need that balance, and you are going to be kind of adding quite a lot of sweetness to this.
Yeah.
So that's where the Melkkos, I think, is great, because it's not a hugely powerful taste. It becomes a lovely kind of sounding board for a lot of the other flavors. Yeah.
It's very soft. Kids love it. And what's wonderful about this is because it's milk-based. That's your protein. You can actually use, serve this as a meal, and I think that people are getting what they need.
You're underselling it. You're getting what you need. Come on.
And it is delicious.
It's absolutely amazing, man.
And it's heartwarming. And it's
there's
comforting.
So many homes out there that this has been a staple in for decades, through generations. So this is a nice new spin, a nice little
and then, and super easy. I mean, dinner in half an hour. And then, cinnamon sugar, because that's super important.
Yeah, I know you need that flavour.
And that's
combination.
it. That is Melkkos done with sago.
Oh, that is amazing, and it's really easy. And if you would like this ingredients list, as simple as it is, sent directly to you, you've got to SMS the keyword milk to 33728. You know the deal. We'll send you a link. Click on the link. The recipe is yours. I would really suggest delving into this one. Ideal for winter. You better stick around. We're going to continue with our frugal feast. And when I say feast, I mean feasts this morning, Lizet. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. I suppose I should have a taste.
And talking about feasts, as we start off a brand new week, I think we can all appreciate some versatile foods that make our lives a little bit easier and a little bit tastier. That's why this afternoon you have to join Chef Clem and the Afternoon Express team as they explore the many ways that you can use bread dough in quick and effective ways. And of course, there's definitely going to be pizza involved, so you definitely don't want to miss out.
All right, we're back again with Dr. Eve, looking very comfortable on the couch still, while we broach the topic of the day, which is friends, how important they are, what they are. What is a friend? When you call somebody a friend, is it just somebody... We were actually just trying to debate that a little bit a second ago, and I looked up the definition as somebody with whom you share a mutual bond of affection, of course, exclusive of sex, because we're talking about friendships in that way.
Safety.
Safety.
Sex brings lack of safety.
What is a friend? How do you classify someone as a friend?
So, from the research that I read, it says that there are 3 different criteria that one looks for in a friend. Friend is somebody that I can depend on, somebody that I know is there for me, and also somebody I can have fun with. And I think that that's like a really nice element to it, because with the partnership, it's very different. We have different expectations. So do you have friends that you feel you can have fun with, you can depend on, and are going to be there and to listen to you? And the whole aspect of, are friends seasonal or not? I kind of like that idea, because I think that it's very hard to hang on to friends from way back when you were at school as you get older. And it's not just because of time and other people interfere and other relationships interfere. It's because you change as a person.
You change as a person. That's so true.
You change. And the things that, you found that you had in common, you don't. Or the things that, because value systems change, right? So, for example, somebody might become very religious over a period of time, and you find that you're not that interested in religion. Automatically, your paths are going to split. They're going to become divergent. Do you just hang on to that friendship, or you just say, okay, because we have a history, I'm going to keep being there, even though we don't have a lot in common, and really we don't have fun together anymore?
That's a very good example. It led me to the question in my mind right now of when is it a good time to let go of a friendship? Because obviously, let's say that the religious aspect of it might be something that sees you having a conflict of interest on certain points that are valuable to you. But when do you know to call it? Like, this person is no longer a good friend to me, I need to let it go.
I like that expression, a good friend to me, because I think it's when somebody stops serving you, when the value is no longer there, when you find that this person is, for example, taking more than giving, or you get a sense of this person is only using me for what I can contribute towards them, and it's become a one-way situation. Then it no longer serves my purpose. The other thing, for me, a very important thing would be like political values. If I went to school with somebody, and because of the structure we were all raised in, for example, you're all raised in the same socioeconomic environment, and then there is differences that you go off into different places in your life and you meet up again, And it's like, well, we have different values now.
Yeah.
And we have different values, for me, importantly, would be around politics. And so that would be reason for me to end a friendship or just let it fade away, because there wouldn't be things that you could talk about anymore.
Yeah.
If you have different values, how can you still be friends with that person?
Oh, and then, of course, it's real things like that that could lead to the end of a friendship, and which would maybe qualify why one would feel as hurt if you were to break up with a friend, like if you were with a romantic partner. We're going to come back and we're going to touch on something you've wanted to talk about, and Dr. Eve actually has a poll about it right now on her Twitter page about, are your Facebook friends or social media friends real friends or not? Give us a call, 0214309881. Give us your opinion, ask your questions, and give us your comments.
Absolutely. We are talking about seasonal and lifetime friendships. How do you know if your friendship is, going to stand the test of time, or if it's something you should just be saying goodbye to?
It's a crazy conversation. And something that's definitely not seasonal. It's there all the time. And now I'm finding out you can enjoy it in about 1 million different ways. Sago continues to be the hero this morning. Lizet and I are going to make a baked sago pudding. Or at least Lizet is. I'm going to pretend.
Amazing.
Sarah's on the phone.
Not now more. I'm in Mauritius.
Well, what must I tell her?
Tell her I'm in Mauritius.
He'll call you back later.
Stop faking and start traveling. Book flights from only $4.99 on travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday. You must wake up. Listen, we've got Dr. Eve here. We're talking all about friendships, seasonal friendships, long-term friendships, and we've actually got Esme on the line who gave us a call on 0214309881. Esme, good morning.
Good morning, Kat. Good morning, Dr. Eve. I just want to say that a friendship, you have to work at it. You have to say true to yourself, and you have to make the best of every situation in a friendship. Because I have found that with friendship, it is like every other relationship, you have to work at it. And sometimes it gets hard, and you have to make choices to let it go or keep it. And I think what is the most important thing to stay with a friendship is to give it your best all the time.
Thank you so much, Esme, for giving us a call and sharing those thoughts with us. And here, have some of my coffee. Here we go. I'll pass it over. You all right?
Yeah.
Mine is good. Okay,
drink
I'll take a sip with you. Here's the good friendship. You know, some of the things that Esme was saying about a friendship and her description of it sounded very, very much like the mindset that one might have about a significant partner. And yeah, is that the reason why some people prioritize their friendships over relationships?
I think I think it feels safer. What I wanted to ask Esme is, what would be a deal breaker in a friendship?
Yeah.
What would be the thing that you say, I can't be friends with you anymore.
Yeah.
You did this, and I'm not talking about the cheating. We spoke about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But in terms of my relationship with you, what is it that you could do to me that would then say, okay, I can't be with you as a friend anymore?
Yeah.
And I'd really like to know from people, what would that be?
Yeah, what is your deal breaker when it comes to
Yeah.
friendships? Esme, I'm not sure if Esme is still on the line.
But irrespective of, I think it's important that people think about that
Yeah.
and have boundaries.
When you have broken up in a friendship and you reconnect, right? And you find some way of, let's say, forgiving that deal breaker because you realize
Yeah.
how important that friendship is or was to you. Is it ever possible to expect it to get back to where it was for you?
Nothing ever goes back to how it was. And people have to go through this process. I always call it the truth and reconciliation of processing it. If you just going to say, okay, I forgive you, I'm really sorry I hurt you, that never works.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the forgiveness thing in any case. So it's really about processing what it was that hurt me and how do we move forward, or should we be moving forward? It may not be useful to both of us to be moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's stay. I mean, I want to come back to the Facebook thing because
Yes.
I'm like really kind of obsessed
Go for it.
around
Go
that.
for it. Our Facebook, because 64% of the people that have voted on your poll say,
Yes.
no, it's a joke. Facebook friends are not real friends.
Yeah, and yet we live in a culture where just the term Facebook friends, it intimates that this should be your friend, that this is the way you should be having friends, because there isn't enough time to actually meet face to face with people. And for many people, being friends with somebody on Facebook has huge value, and they really invest a lot of their own self-esteem and importance and status to how many friends I actually have. And I don't want to undermine it, and I'd love for our viewers to call in, Kat, and to tell us, perhaps those friends are very rich. Perhaps just having Facebook friends who you can talk to and share with online, and you don't need to meet up for coffee or for dinners or for movies and to do catch-ups. Is it good enough? Is it rich enough for you to have a friend who you can chat to on Facebook on a daily basis, share the things that worry you, share the joys that you have in your life without having to actually meet each other face to face? I'd really love to know from viewers what they think about that. Yeah.
Control copy, control paste, guys. Gotta be careful with those things. Share your thoughts with us. 0214309881. We'll be back with Dr. Eve shortly.
What an interesting discussion. Please weigh in if you have any questions or comments. Now we continue our frugal feasting this morning. We are feasting with a hero component that is sago. This humble little, I don't even know what it is, what it starts out in as in life, but we are turning it into some amazing, delicious recipes. And now we're going to do something that you say was a staple in your home. I've never had the privilege of tasting it before. We are making baked sago pudding.
Yes, a very old-fashioned South African classical one.
Oh, that's brilliant. Man, I'm looking at the end result and that looks amazing enough. So where does the process begin?
Right, so you start with, once again, milk.
Okay.
You add some sago. This has not been soaked. You can go straight in. It's just going to take longer to cook.
A little bit longer, cool.
But you can also just soak it a little bit.
And you soak it in water, hey?
Just water, yes.
Cool.
Yeah, and cold water, not hot water.
Okay.
And then salt, always a bit of salt. And then nutmeg
Ooh.
and cinnamon, wonderful warming spices. This is a winter pudding.
Yeah, and that seems to be kind of the general flavor palette when dealing with sago. You know, you've got to have that spicy cinnamon vibe. Nutmeg, just as good.
And a little bit of sugar. So this is an old-fashioned recipe, but I'm making it more modern because I'm actually cutting the amount of butter and the amount of sugar drastically.
Okay.
It used to be a super, super, super sweet deal. No longer.
Okay.
I reduce the sugar.
Not going to be a complete overload, yeah.
No, and towards the and I make a little syrup that you can serve with it, so everyone can adjust their own sugar preference.
Very clever. Yeah.
So you cook this until it's thick.
Okay.
Okay. And until the beads are translucent. They must be completely translucent.
And they'll go translucent.
Yeah.
Cool.
If they're still white, they're not going to be cooked by the time the Singh comes out. And it's going to be a disaster. So you're going to have something like that.
Cool.
And then you put in a yolk of an egg.
Okay, presumably you let it cool.
You let it, yeah, you do
the requisite.
You let it cool a bit,
so
yes. Or if you don't let it cool, you need to whisk like a mad
very
woman.
quickly.
Yeah. So you stir this in a little bit of butter, small knob of butter, and egg yolk. So what's going to happen is the egg yolk, as it bakes, it's going to thicken it and it's going to set it.
And that's your pudding is born.
Okay, so then what we do, super, super easy, is this goes into a bowl, a little oven-proof bowl.
Cool.
That you put in a larger bowl, like make a little bain-marie, you fill it with some water. So you're putting bakes very gently.
Oh, you can see it's already kind of developing that pudding consistency.
Yes, it's going to thicken up completely. Then what we do, the egg white that we had left over,
Oh, clever, yeah.
You
This is where the frugal comes in, because we're actually using
everything.
tiny amounts
Yes.
of ingredients here that you will undoubtedly have in your kitchen, in your fridge.
And you just dollop this on top. And then this goes in the oven. 160.
Brilliant.
30, 40 minutes until it's set and golden. And it looks like that.
Man, that
and
is
then
gonna
what
be
we do,
so
traditionally, this pudding gets apricot jam dotted on top as well. Now I've taken the apricot jam out and I'm serving it on the outside. I've melted it and I've added lemon juice
So it becomes
to
a
give
syrup.
you, it becomes a syrup. Everyone can pour as much as they want, because blokes often don't like very sweet puddings,
you
whereas
just want-
women generally want more. So, and a little bit of lemon, so you've got that freshness,
A
just
nice
cutting
little
through
zing.
all of the sweet. And that is a traditional but modern
I quite
baked
like it. You could
sago
also do it in
pudding.
like small little
You can
ramekins
do
for
small little
individuals.
ones, yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. The keyword here is dessert to 33728, and you can create your baked sago pudding yourself. Just click on the link. We'll send you the ingredients list. I'm not going to destroy this before we take some photos, but it looks absolutely amazing. We'll be back with one more genius frugal feast this morning, so stick around.
All right, well, Dr. Eve, just finishing off that Twitter poll right now, which I think the majority of people are still saying, 65% saying that your Facebook friends or your social media friends are not your real friends. But I wanted to touch on another thing regarding friendship. I've spoken to a few married individuals who've done so and who have been married successfully for quite a number of years. And one of the golden threads that they say is the secret to making marriage work is that my partner is my best friend. Is that a realistic expectation?
I have a discomfort with that. I have
Why?
a discomfort with that because it takes away the intimacy, it takes away the sexuality too frequently in a relationship. You know, when I have a couple sitting on a couch with me and they say, oh, this is my best friend, I think they're using terminology, but it's incorrect terminology. This is somebody who you have intimacy with, means full disclosure, open disclosure with this person. I feel safe with this person, I feel comfortable with this person. But a best friend is somebody who you have a very different part of yourself that you reveal to this best friend. And this part of yourself is the one that is uncluttered from expectation that you have in an intimate relationship. To be somebody, to look some way, to be sexual with this person, it's absolutely unconditional, and it's feeling of freedom that you have. And I think we trip ourselves up because we believe that in one person, we've got to have everything. Everything.
And that's a lot to expect of one person.
It's a crazy thing. And in fact, what we've got to recognize is there's something called multiplicity of relationships that we've got to have in our lives, meaning we want to have multiple relationships in our lives so that different parts of us can be expressed with different people in our lives. And unfortunately, society has made that this one person, the significant other, should be the one and only, where we invest all our expectations and everything. This person has to be everything. And that leads to a lot of difficulty in people's relationships. So I really prefer that we have multiple people in our lives where we can have multiple expression of self with other people and also be sharing that with your significant other, but not in full detail. It doesn't have to be that way. It's just important to have other friends in your life because it adds richness to your primary relationship where you can say, oh, you know what, I met this person for lunch, we had a really good time. You come back enriched, you come back happy, and the relationship thrives.
Yeah.
Can't be insular.
We've got a call on the line. Cheryl is on the line. Good morning, Cheryl. All the way from Kruger's Dorp. How's Kruger's Dorp this morning?
Hello, it's so lovely to actually speak to you on my phone. I want to tell you that when I was 10 and my friend was 11, we met at primary school, went through a bit of high school, and we are still friends. We're now in our late 60s and we're grandmothers. We live far apart. She's in Port Elizabeth. She's just come up to help with her third grandchild from her youngest daughter. And we had a lovely Sunday together. And it's all about love and caring.
That's such a lovely story.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. It is possible.
Can I tell you too? I worked at Gauteng Health and at West Rand School over my lifetime. And I have made friends everywhere, and there are, I can't even tell you how many. We still are in contact.
That's wonderful.
And I've just had a big hip op act, and my physio came and helped me, and it's just so wonderful. And I don't know how anybody can go without friends.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
And there is so much research to back up what she's just said, is that having friends makes us healthier, mentally healthier in our lives.
Just in closing, perhaps this is a question that you can continue on with on social media, on Twitter and on Facebook. A lot of successful people say part of the secret to success is keeping your circle small. And so the question I want to ask is that, is it ever possible to have too many friends? So keep that thought.
Yeah,
and then because we've run out of time, unfortunately. Okay. But Dr.
Wow.
Eva, I look forward to
Kat.
seeing you again next week when we engage in the next relationship topic. And as always, thanks, babe.
He's so cute.
Well, tomorrow marks the start of Women's Month, and from the 16th to the 17th of August, the annual Top Women Conference will bring together a host of iconic leaders to drive discussions around gender empowerment in business. Now, to stand a chance to network and, of course, rub shoulders with thought leaders and captains of the industry, simply SMS the keyword Top Women, followed by your name, your surname, and your city to 33728, and you could win 2 all-access passes to the conference. SMSs are charged at R1.50 per SMS, and free SMSs do not apply. Now, T's and C's can be found on the Expresso website, and for more information on this fantastic event, why don't you go and visit www.topwomen.co.za.
We're going to take a quick break, then I know this is going to make our floor manager, Lucian and Leanne, who have just returned from Thailand, very excited. We are going to whip up another frugal feast using sago as the hero. This time, it's an Asian-inspired mango sago pudding, and it looks absolutely amazing. I haven't been able to draw my eyes away. Then it seems that there is a new drink in town. It's a chai white hot chocolate. Boom, that just happened.
Good night, that's good morning in Turkish. Good morning, my Expresso family. Know that you are missed, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm having the best time in Turkey with the Turkish airline team. We've been in Istanbul. We're currently in central Turkey. It's a place called Cappadocia, and this morning we got up really, really early. Turkey's an hour ahead of South Africa, but we went and experienced the beautiful and most incredible hot air balloon ride I've ever seen in my life. Can't wait for you to see what we've been up to in Turkey, and I miss you guys, but I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. I'll be back soon.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. It's been a wonderful show. Thanks in part to Lizet, Hartley, who has been turning sago, the humble little sago beads, into the most amazing desserts, puddings, baked puddings. Now we are going to go Asian with a mango and sago pudding that looks amazing. I know Leanne was kind of loitering around the table. She's just returned from Thailand. And, you know, when it comes to the Thai desserts, this really is a massive flavor there. Yes. So please introduce this wonderful, fresh zinginess to us now. How are we going to put our beautiful pudding together?
Super easy. Soak our sago for quite a while.
For quite a while, okay.
So you can see the beads starting to swell up.
Yeah.
Now this one we're doing differently because we're cooking the sago on its own and then we're combining it with the rest of the ingredients. The other two, we cooked it in what it was going to be.
Obviously we were adding milk there because I'm looking at the end result sago here that is translucent and it's quite weird.
Yes, it disappears in the pot. You're just boiling water, it disappears in the pot, you think it's gone.
So don't get freaked out, yeah, when,
looks like that.
when you return and it's all gone, yeah.
Yes, and but like literally 2-3 minutes it's going to go like that. It's going to be ready.
Wow.
Don't go and make a cup of tea and walk away from it. You drain it off in a sieve or a colander and you set it aside. Then that's ready for us. Now, we are using tinned mango because it's not seasonal right now. In summer, fresh mango, obviously a total winner.
And the sweeter the better. Oh, I love that.
And then some evaporated milk. You can use also a little bit half coconut milk, evaporated milk.
Oh, yeah.
But we're being frugal.
Yeah.
We don't want to buy a second tin of anything.
We want to use whatever's left over in the house. That's the key with our frugal feast.
And then condensed milk.
Oh,
now, if you could also just replace this with some sugar.
Come on.
But condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
Yes.
Guys, come on. You've earned it. You've earned it after all the cooking you've done over the weekend. Just a quick blitz.
It should be done.
It really doesn't need a lot. I suppose you don't want to break down the sago too much.
Well, the sago's in there, but you want this to be super, super smooth.
Oh, look at that.
So come on, okay, we'll just pick up the whole thing. And then we
even frugal in our movements. Oh.
Into our sago.
Oh, lovely.
And then wonderful fresh lime. This is so Asian, lime anything.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you've been doing that quite a lot because we are dealing with quite sweet and you've got that creamy kind of texture of the sago.
You always want to cut through it with citrus. And then some lime zest. We're not wasting anything. And there's so much flavour in the zest.
Oh, that is beautiful. The keyword here is pudding to 33728 and we'll send you a link. Click on the link and it is yours. Oh, so that takes on such a beautiful look with the translucent sago.
Yes, and then you dish.
That's amazing.
And it becomes quite solid, it sets. You put it in the fridge for a bit. You don't need to, but you can put it in the fridge for a bit.
I think it'll be beautiful.
Top it with
colder, it'll have that kind of lovely...
Top it with some extra mango, just for the pretty, and then more.
Just zest it up one more
marvelous
time.
zest.
Oh,
and that's it.
This is beautiful, man.
Super easy, and this literally is putting in under 20 minutes.
I love that, and it's exciting. It's going to show that you're kind of doing something different. It's got an inspired Asian element there, but it really is still, as we always say in our frugal feasts, using stuff that you are probably going to have in your
house
kitchen.
anyway.
Oh, Lizet, you have this is amazing. You can go to Melkkos Malo or Melkkos-Malo.co.za today to connect with this amazing food blogger as well. You have outdone yourself today. That keyword again is dessert to 33728.
Thank you so much, G. Well, rich, creamy and luxurious, the McCafe White Hot Chocolate is a definite winner. Just one sip and you'll be transported to a moment of pure decadence.
Good morning.
Hello, how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm very well.
What would you recommend I try today?
Well, today is really, really cold. I would recommend a white hot chocolate for you.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yes, please.
And it's also one of my favorites.
Why is this your favorite?
Because of its rich creaminess that keeps me home, especially these cold winter days.
How would you describe it in 3 words?
It's a deliciously creamy decadence. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're right. This really is smooth, creamy, and so indulgent. Absolutely luxurious.
Well now, if that's anything to go by, well then I also want to enjoy a moment of pure decadence. And let me just tell you, I've got the white hot chocolate with chai right here, right now, and its aromatic flavor and creamy decadence make it the perfect winter warmer. Exactly what I need.
Now, as the saying goes, if you're going to dream, then dream big. And with their awesome Dream Maker pillows, our friends at Hales are making it possible for our furry friends' wildest dreams to come true.
Get a free Dream Maker pillow when you buy selected bags of Hill's dog food.
One voucher for any Hill's pet food up to 12 kilograms. Now, all you have to do is SMS the keyword Hill's to 33728 and you could be one of our 2 lucky winners. Remember that SMSs do cost R1.50 and T's and C's apply. You can visit expressoshow.com to find them.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we have Vanessa still in studio and we're talking about the hashtag #MySavingsPledge and of course how we can continue our savings journey with Nedbank.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. As we always say, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an awesome show. It's almost done, but time to squeeze in a little more entertainment news. What have the stars been getting up to?
I'll tell you what they've been getting up to.
Evil laugh.
Whoa, okay, so Graham, what do you get when your ex-boyfriend, your brother's ex-fiance, and your sister's ex-husband all pitch up at the same party?
A Kardashian. That's all I can think of.
You get awkward, that's what you get. Well, it doesn't actually seem that way for Black China, Lamar Odom, and Tiger, who all attended the same party. Now, onlookers say that the 3 Kardashian-Jenner exes posed for photos together, they shared drinks, and even hugged as they partied away, and of course, just had the best time. Seeing that they're cool with hanging out together, imagine they made their own reality show and gave the Kardashian clan a run for their money. I think we would all watch that.
They get like a membership card, you know, they get like discounts at certain stores.
I think the fact that they were hanging out together, something's happening. Something's definitely happening. Well,
cool.
Also Linkin Park bandmates, friends and family all gathered this weekend to bid their final farewells to frontman Chester Bennington. The funeral, which was a private ceremony in California, saw a couple of 100 guests receive remembrance concert bands and passes in honor of the late singer, as well as a full stage stage set up for guests to pay tribute to him. Now, fans also lined up the streets around the proceedings to bid their final goodbyes as well. No word on what the exact future for Lincoln Park will be at this point, but Chester will definitely be missed.
You know, the crazy thing is, for the last couple of weeks before this happened, I've been streaming Lincoln Park like non-stop, and going into train at gym and listening to the lyrics now are so much more relevant. You begin to understand, but what a massive, massive loss.
Exactly, a massive loss. But you know what? We did promise you that we'd be catching up with our Expresso darling, who's also making moves internationally. Zoe Brown in Istanbul.
Good night, that's good morning in Turkish. Good morning, my Expresso family. Know that you are missed, but I'm not going to lie, I'm having the best time in Turkey with the Turkish airline team. We've been in Istanbul. We're currently in central Turkey. It's a place called Cappadocia. And this morning we got up really, really early. Turkey's an hour ahead of South Africa, but we went and experienced the beautiful and most incredible hot air balloon ride I've ever seen in my life. Can't wait for you to see what we've been up to in Turkey. And I miss you guys, but I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. I'll be back soon.
How gorgeous is that?
I both love and hate Zoe at the moment. Oh, that looks amazing. But yeah, no, stay safe, Zozo. We're missing you on the show.
Bring us presents.
Yeah, and we do mean that. Bring us gifts, Zoe. Now, as you know, that we all joined Nedbank's #MySavingsPledge challenge for the month of July, which is, of course, National Savings Month. Get in here, guys. Get in here. Get in here. You're part of the team. And, of course, we all cut out just one small thing and pledged to rather save that money. And it has been a pleasure to see it all add up over the course of this month. And our friends from Nedbank, Vanessa and Vanesha, are here to discuss just how this money would grow even further if we continued to save and invest in it. So, Vanessa, you've done the maths. You've clicked the numbers, punched them in. So, what do you have as growth prospects for us if we were to invest the savings that we've now gathered up during the National Savings Month?
So, you guys have done the hard work and started savings, and well done for that.
And you guys are amazing.
You've done a good job.
Wow.
Yes, we are. So serious about it. I'm passionate about it.
Good progress. I want to see them a little bit fuller and more compact. But well done. I think it's an amazing, journey that you guys have been on, and actually making that first step and putting it in there. The key thing, and we always speak about, is don't touch that money.
Yeah.
Let it grow.
We'll try not to.
No, don't give them an opportunity. Keep it in there, let it grow. And the fantastic thing is, we talk about making your money work harder for you.
Yeah.
So lock it in and let's see it grow over long term. Keep it in for 20 years or longer if you you absolutely can. Yeah. I know we've done some of the numbers which we're going to share.
It's okay.
We're right there with you, sister. We're right there with you.
Let's go one step at a time. Okay, let's go one step at a time.
Yes.
If you had to save it for a month, what would it mean? If you had to save it for a year without touching it. So let's start small.
Yeah.
I don't want to frighten everybody off.
Yeah.
So if you had saved, so we're going to talk about how much have you saved, and let's see how it will grow over 1 month, over a year, over 5 years, and then longer. Yeah? That's the whole aim. But you don't take just this money and start saving. You add to it every month. Yes?
Okay. So what am I seeing here?
So great. Well done on your 840 Rand a month.
Nice. So just remember, Katleko gave up 1 cup of cappuccino a day.
Yeah.
1 less cappuccino a day.
1 premium cup of cappuccino.
Yes, which was 30 Rand a day. 30 Rand a day. 30 Rand a day is what he started saving, and that came up to his monthly saving of 840 Rand.
Nice.
Yep.
And saving that in a pocket and getting some interest as well, and then moving that into a 32-day notice account grows that significantly as well. Now you get more interest by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, by the end of this year.
Yeah.
So really amazing.
1 cup of coffee.
Yeah. 1 cup of coffee. At least a ticket somewhere at the end of the year. And then the trick is, we talk about after 20 years, it could grow to almost 600,000 Rand.
What?
So
Goodbye, cappuccino. Goodbye.
600,000 Rand almost. And I mean, just keeping in there, growing it, putting more money, it's absolutely fantastic. And you know what? After 20 years, you're not going to miss that coffee.
No.
Yes. Wow.
I'll be drinking that coffee in my Ferrari.
That 20 years doesn't sound so bad now, does it?
Exactly.
That's why when you were quite taken aback by the 20 years.
Yeah.
But the whole trick about savings is start small and let this thing grow.
Yeah.
And he never missed, he's not going to miss his coffee, he just said it. But it's about
just thinking about it consciously and doing it and stopping today that cappuccino or your wet wipes.
He's not thinking about, I'm going to do without coffee, I'm going to do without milk, I'm going to do without
there's a lot
cappuccino,
more
I'm gonna
things
do
that I can
without-
think about that I can cut back on now.
I did say it's addictive, right?
Yeah,
no, very much so.
Let's look at Leanne's projection.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one smoothie a day.
Yes.
Nice smoothies
nice
on the
one.
side there. I like that.
Nice one.
The official smoothie icon, yeah.
Wow, so that's $4.80 a month. So if I save every smoothie that I have every day, that could be more.
It could be. How many smoothies a day do you have?
I have 3 a week.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So
Okay.
that's amazing.
So I could be saving a lot more money.
Could be a
Almost
million rand.
more than $1 million
I could be riding my Ferrari right next to yours. now.
Sipping that celebratory smoothie.
So I went with even smaller increments with mine to look at just saving, not being wasteful with baby wipes. And I'm sure there are a lot of new parents out there who are
Listen,
thinking
I
the same
cannot
thing.
say baby wipes in the same vein after your saving. I think about this thing all the time. It's like crazy.
I've been good at it, eh? I really am. I'm like using quarters of wipes. I've become very, very economical. But it's now amounting to about 600 Rand a month, it looks like I'm going to say. I'm saving a lot more than I thought I would even. 3,000 Rand in a 32 day, 420, 450, and I'll take that 74 cents as well.
Yes.
Now, that's a significant something for your kid, hey?
Now, Graham, that was just baby wipes, right? Look at, so what you got to do is to say, where do I want to send my kid to school, right? So preschool or our school, whatever the case may be. And then you've got to think about university. What does that mean? But do the steps, right? And then you say, if I do this baby wipes, it's 420,000 Rand over 20 years, but how much would it cost? How much would university cost in 20 years' time? Because that kid will be in university. How much would that, like my dad, how much would I need for that, for him then? And then you've got to say, analyze your other behavior and just add to the spots, yeah? But then that's about planning.
Yeah, and you know the wonderful thing that I just thought about right now, that if you were one person doing what all three of us were doing, if you were, because I mean most people drink coffee and have smoothies and use wet wipes.
Yes.
So if you're one person doing all of that,
three
at
of
once,
those,
then all of these amounts that we've calculated would be added together to be your savings. Like you'd be like over $1 million Rand in 20 years.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, we were. Yeah, it just goes to show that
My
saving...
kid's going to drive up next to you in a Ferrari. That's what's going to happen.
I think it just all goes to show that saving doesn't have to be difficult at all. In fact, it is very much attainable, and just by cutting back on one small thing here and there, and you can enable yourself to save in a big way in the long run. And of course, the more you save and the longer you save it for, the more those savings will continue to grow and grow and grow. And Nedbank offers you a wide range of saving and investment products to assist you. So simply SMS NEDPAYU to 30755 and the team will be in touch to help you reach your savings goals. Ladies, thank you so much. Have a wonderful Monday.
I am so glad you guys
saving.
are
We'll see you tomorrow,
Keep
guys.
saving. Love ya.
Bye-bye. Be safe.
Hashtag my savings pledge.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.